6:01, call the meeting to order. This is Community Development Corporation meeting of Monday, September 8th, 2025. Time is 6:01 PM. Hereby call the meeting to order and move on to item B, invocation and pledge of allegiance. Mr. Mylum?
Let's pray. Father, we thank you for today. We thank you for all that we have to enjoy. Thank you for those that serve on this board, and continue to bless them and bless them in the decisions that they make, and that we all always think of Los Fresnos and how it can improve. Thank you for our city, and thank you for what it is today and what it will be in the future. Continue to bless us in Jesus' name, amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moving on to item C, Ms. Jackie, anybody signed up for visitors? Okay. Moving on to item D, under D1, consideration and action to approve the minutes of August 4th, 2025. Those are contained in your packets.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve the minutes from August 4th, 2025.
I'll go ahead and second that motion to approve the minutes from August 4th, 2025.
There's a motion and a second. We approve the minutes from August 4th, 2025. Any questions, comments, discussion? That being the case, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, it's unanimous. Under D2, consideration and action to acknowledge the July 2025 financial report under A, monthly, B, year-to-date, and C, sales tax report. Mr. Milo?
This is a report where the fiscal year is 83.3% complete. The transactions, as you can see on page 8, are $27,279.96. All of those are normal and budgeted items, so there's nothing out of the ordinary. You can see the HTO construction that was for the final payment for the Veterans Memorial. The next page, page 9, is just a summary of the budget. Everything looks good. Revenue side, we're 80.77% of the budget has been received. In sales tax, it looks like we're going to be about 20,000 short of our budget estimate. But we're still okay overall. The expenditure side, all the categories look very good. Expenditures currently are 60.76%, or about 111,392 under budget. We should end the year with about 80,000 in surplus, so that's good. If you recall, we do save that for times when projects come up, whether park projects, business incentive projects, those kinds of things. The next page shows the sales tax. We're 6.385% above last year's in July, which is about $3,084.46 exactly above July of last year. It puts us a little bit over 4% above last year. So we still have growth, even though we didn't meet our budget. We still have growth over last year with our business community and an increase of just under $20,000 compared to last year. And that's all the report.
Thank you, Mr. Mylum. Any questions, comments, discussion? Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion for the consideration and action to acknowledge the July 2025 financial report, A, monthly, B, year-to-date report, see sales tax report.
I'll second the motion.
There's a motion and a second. We acknowledge the July 2025 financial report, monthly, year-to-date, and sales tax report. Any questions, comments, discussion? That being the case, all in favor say aye. Aye. Ayes have it, it's unanimous. Under D3, consideration and action to approve a service agreement between the CDC and the Los Fresnos Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Milo?
Yes, sir. I think Jackie's passing out a report that Val gave. Val, do you want to comment anything or just let the report speak for itself? You're welcome to.
Mr. President and members of the board, my report will be brief in the interest of time because it's almost supper time. But I do want to let you all know that we have added to our social media platforms Instagram, and that seems to be very well populated. The festivals that we do every year are there. You all know which ones those are. They've all been successful, and but I am a little bit proud of the Chamber's membership because right now we have 174 active members. Those are the ones that are paid, and it's interesting to note that about 20% of those are from surrounding communities, which I think is very interesting. And beyond that, on the last page is how the Chamber collaborates with the CDC, and y'all can read that at your convenience. Thank you. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to address them.
Thank you, Mr. Val. Do we have any questions, comments, discussion for him? Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion for the consideration and action to approve a service agreement between the CDC and the Los Fresnos Chamber of Commerce.
And that would be including the recommendation from Mr. Milo?
Yes, for the amount of $18,000 or $1,500 per month.
Do I hear a second?
Yes, sir. I'll second the motion as presented to approve the service agreement between the CDC and Los Fresnos Chamber of Commerce for the amount of $18,000 per year or $1,500 per month.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second that we approve a service agreement between the CDC and the Los Fresnos Chambers of Commerce in the amount of $18,000 yearly, which breaks down to $1,500 per month. Any further questions, comments, discussion? That being the case, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, it's unanimous. Moving on to item E, report by General Manager. Number 1, City Manager Report. Under A, Veterans Memorial. B, Pool. C, Los Fresnos Educational and Recreation Club. D, Economic Development Coordinator Report. 1, Workforce Development Follow-up. 2, Los Fresnos Business Circle. 3, Marketing. 4, Regional Collaboration. And 5, Community Engagement. You got a lot to say, Mr. Milo.
See how I can do that. Veterans Memorial, we will be having a event. I don't guess it's grand opening. It's dedication ceremony, I think is what we're more calling it. Saturday, November 8th at 10 a.m. So that's a couple months from now. So put it on your calendar so that you can be sure and be there. It's going to be memorial. Is that the right word?
No, yeah, it's a veterans.
It's going to be
Veterans Day weekend.
memorable. That's the word I wanted. The Veterans Memorial dedication will be memorable. Whew. We've got the Master of Ceremonies, thanks to Val and Jeffrey and a group that we're working with. Larry Jokel, I don't know if y'all know him from Brownsville. He's a veteran. He knows a lot of what we're going over, and they say he's a very eloquent speaker, and so he's going to be the MC. We are trying to keep all of that as much with veterans as we can. Band, we haven't got confirmation, but we're trying to get the MMA band to be the band, just have a little bit of music before it starts. Those folks are going to be in the military one day, because there's really no military band around here to get. We're trying to get a flyover. We're not certain that we'll have it yet, but we have two different options, one the Coast Guard out of Corpus, or the Air Force out of the Corpus. Maybe if that doesn't work, we can get Confederate Air Force that is out here at Cameron County. Invocation, we have that, the VFW commander out of Brownsville, Martin Ariola, I think is his name. Posting of colors, either MMA group or Border Patrol, both have groups. We haven't confirmed on that. National anthem, we haven't confirmed that yet either. Pledge of Allegiance, a gentleman by the name of Terry, how do you say his last name? Hickenbottom. Terry, that's why I call him Terry. He's a veteran, but he's been helping with this. He'll do the pledge. Then we'll do a simple recognition of guests. Hopefully that's not too long to take away from our purpose, but also at the same time thank the organizations that are helping us put on the event. Then we're going to go into a placing of the wreath, which is going to be done by the Lopez family and the Riggin family for the two people from Lopez Riggins Elementary was named after, but from the Vietnam conflict. We've got confirmation of Rick, of course, Riggins, but I think we'll get the other, at least a family member. But we'll have a nice wreath that they'll be placed there in the front. And then at the same time, as soon as that's done, they'll release 2 balloons. It's significant of a loss of a soldier. So that will be done. I think that'll be very touching. Speakers, we're going to have 6 speakers that will be quick. We don't have them, but we need one for all 6. So if y'all know of anybody that's willing to read something that's a minute and a half, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, and Space Force. We're not certain. We have a poem that we can use that the veterans use at funerals that we can use, but we also thought we might do something that had the original date that branch of military was formed, along with their creed or motto that they read. So, but it'll be something that won't take long. It'll be something that will go by order, the official order that's supposed to be done. And like I say, it'll just be a minute or two, and we want veterans to say those 6. Guest speaker, we've got a lieutenant colonel confirmed. You remember her name?
Yes, Lieutenant Colonel Ramirez.
Ramirez. She's a lady that lives from here but lives in San Antonio now.
No, she was located from Brownsville.
Brownsville.
And went to West Point, right there to the bank. And she lives and works in D.C.
Okay.
And she has a Greek club and also to Red Wall Keys.
Which is pretty cool. They say she's a very great speaker, so she'll have a little speech. Her fee's usually $7,500 to $10,000, so she's waiving it for Los Fresnos, so it's pretty cool. Then we'll have a ceremonial flag presentation. The group from Brownsville has the flag that was flown over the U.S. Embassy in South Vietnam, April 15th, 1975. It's in Texas, not Texas, one of the banks in Brownsville. It's IBC, thank you. IBC, they're going to bring it here, and we'll do a presentation with that. Then we'll close out with bagpipes from Brownsville Fire Department. We don't have a military that does that, but Brownsville Fire Department's good. If you've ever heard them, they, Desi Nanhara, Nahara, and there's 3 other people that play with him, that group. We're pretty sure the whole group will be there for the Amazing Grace played, followed with a 21-gun salute, and then at the end, echo taps. Not just the taps. If you've heard echo taps, it's pretty awesome. We're certain it will have the taps part, but Mr. Sanchez, which is Noe Sanchez, is the one that does it. He's trying to get somebody. He's said within 2 months he'll have someone to do the echo, and it's pretty cool. That'll end the program. It'll be probably, the reason why I wanted to recognize people up front is I don't want to lose the value of ending with the bagpipes, the 21-gun salute, and the echo taps, and just let Mr. Larry Jokel in with just a quick thank you for being here, and you're dismissed, so that I don't want a lot of talking after that. Then you lose the emotion and the power that'll bring. Got things working on flyers, chairs, water, podium, PA system. We're parking over here. Need to get some golf carts to help people, transport people back and forth. Jackie was able to get with the fire department on the ladder truck to have the big flag up with their ladder truck and EMS standby. And so all of those things are being worked on. I don't know if you have any questions.
I have on recognizing those, Mr. Lopez and Mr. Riggins, I know who they are. Those 2 gentlemen gave their lives in the Vietnam War. And I remember Mr. Riggins because he attended Los Fresnos High School, the one that's Cuates right now, that's vocational right now.
Yeah.
But there were also 2 other students that attended Los Fresnos High School that gave their lives in Vietnam. And they were, one was Ray Allen and the other one was Jose Luis Rivas. I know because I attended school with him. There's also another, one of my students, well, it wasn't one of my students, but he attended school where I worked. So I guess he is one of my students. His last name is Anguiano, but he gave his life during the Iraqi war. He was the first casualty. I think his first name, I want to say Edward. Fred or Edward, I can find out. Because he was an 8th grade student when he was at the junior high, that I remember him. So it's Anguiano and then those other 2, and I think that we ought to make an effort to recognize those because they gave their lives for their country. Another question that I have, is there going to be a section for veterans, reserved just for veterans?
We haven't thought about that just because there's
like
going to be,
auditorium type?
there's going to be chairs, yeah. We haven't thought about any special place because
Yeah,
I imagine
that's just a question I
most
have.
everybody there will be veterans or family.
Yeah.
Can you get those names to Jackie so that we can do some research and
Yeah.
try to include them somehow? Those 3 names?
And I don't really know where Mr. Lopez attended school, but I know James Riggins because, yeah, we went to school together. And the other 2 guys.
Cool. Any other things on that? I think it's going to be very, very good. The pool, continued work on updating the pool. We do a walkthrough and a weekly look at that, and it's going very well. It's going to look very nice, those upgrades. Pool's about 30 years old, so it was time. So thank you for that. In your packet is a letter from the executive director of formerly known as the Los Fresnos Boys and Girls Club, and it'll be called Los Fresnos Educational and Recreation Club. Kind of gives you a summary of that. What really has happened over time is Boys and Girls Club restrictions are there's a lot of restrictions, and they don't give a lot of funding. So the funding, they won't lose very much funding at all. The city's made up as much as they were going to lose, plus now they have to also pay dues. So even though they get some funding, they have to pay a lot back in dues to the Boys and Girls Club. The biggest reason for this change, a few years ago, Port Isabel stopped being Boys and Girls Club for similar reasons, but they were pushing real hard for Los Fresnos to combine with the San Benito Boys and Girls Club, and the board here just felt it was not something that was going to be good for our community and our kids. And so they came up with a plan to just become Los Fresnos Education and Recreational Club. The programs will still be the same, still after-school programs, still the summer program that they've always had. So they're still, through funding from the city, still do flag football, still do the basketball, still do the volleyball. I think they do indoor soccer too. Additional things that we can do is now the city can utilize it for other events. There was a lot of restrictions put on them because it was Boys and Girls Club. And so now they don't have to follow all of those guidelines. And so the city can use it for our community health program in the mornings, maybe some adult leagues. We haven't really decided on all of that yet, but it does open up for some other possibilities to utilize that facility that's just not being utilized as good as it could be.
Is that a building, the Boys and Girls?
Yes, sir. Because it wasn't owned by the Boys and Girls Club, it's owned by the club itself. In my opinion, it's going to be better. Sometimes the name you think gives you so much, but then really it didn't, so. Yes.
So that building doesn't belong to the Boys and Girls Club then, right? It's,
Right, it belongs to the Boys and Girls Club of Los Fresnos, which now has changed its name to Los Fresnos Educational and Recreation. So it's the nonprofit group of that, not Boys and Girls Club of America. The grant was originally received by the city and the Boys and Girls Club through several different avenues and given all for the local program.
And who will decide what programs to offer?
Their board and the executive director, of course.
So you would have to go present to them.
Correct.
But they're still part of the Boys and Girls Club?
No,
No longer a part of.
no longer a part of the Boys and Girls
So it's its own
Club
entity.
For the Boys and Girls Club of America.
of America. Right. Right, that is no more, they don't have any affiliation with them any longer. Programming remains the same.
So what is the name of the executive director? I see his signature, but I can't. probably-
Eddie Barone? Eddie Barone?
Oh,
And it continues to be a nonprofit?
Yes.
So where are they gonna be getting their funding from moving forward?
City, United Way, there's some other other foundations that they get money for. They were only getting about 30,000 a year from the Boys and Girls Club for their whole program, which was really not very much. They got most from other sources. And so the city made up 20,000 of that for this budget year. And then they feel like dues, or the dues that they had to pay back for programming was more than 10,000, so they're really coming out ahead in the end.
Continuing with your
Any-
list,
Any
Mr.
other
Morris?
questions? You're up, Jeffrey.
Button, please. Thank you.
Okay, if you'll follow with me on page 16, we can look at the monthly report. Starting with number 1, workforce development and follow-up. So I've been having ongoing discussions with a local college to form a program where the participants would then go on and get hired by a company that agrees to hire the participants from the program that the local college creates into a high-demand job. And that high-demand job, in turn, will provide a pathway for those participants, which will be Los Fresnos residents, to go on and do other jobs that will pay more. And again, the discussions are ongoing, so you'll continue to get more information as it develops. Then we have number 2, Los Fresnos Business Circle. This event finally has a date of September 18. It's going to be on a Thursday at Julia's Restaurant at 9 a.m. in the morning. So I went ahead and distributed some flyers and went out to our local businesses and discussed this event with them. Got a lot of really good feedback about the event. It's going to do 3 things. It's going to connect the local community. It's going to provide communication between the local community, and it will provide collaboration. So those are the 3 goals that we have with this event, so that we can better serve our community. And this was all started, I think it's notable to point out that it was all started from an idea that Ms. Claudia Villarreal had with Million Cups that they were doing in Brownsville. And we ended up exploring that idea and came to find out that Million Cups isn't something that can be done in multiple cities if we're in the same area. So then we kind of did a roundtable discussion after that, and we had 4 meetings eventually leading up to this event, which is now creating quite a bit of excitement within our community, as it'll allow our businesses to voice their obstacles, what they want to see. And it'll, like I said, help give a better understanding of how we can provide resources to those small businesses. And at the same time, I would like to help those small businesses see the value of working with the organizations that are solely there to provide resources for these small businesses. Sometimes they don't have a lot of time and they're too busy, or they just don't see the value, and I think this will solve that.
Question.
Yes.
I know, I got that right. Thursday, September the 18th, at what time?
9 a.m.
9 a.m.? Thank you.
Yes, we will be posting a QR registration online on Facebook, and people will be able to register for that event using that QR code. Moving on to number 3, marketing. We discussed several options for a standalone CDC website. As I've researched other websites, I see that it is very easy to find out a lot about a city with a standalone website, and it'll be a deciding factor for some investors on whether or not, the city looks appealing to them. It'll show property that's readily available for those businesses to look at, and that'll help with what we do here in the CDC as far as working with businesses or investors that come into Los Fresnos. Then moving on to number 4, regional collaboration. I've been following up with EDCs this month, particularly with Donna Westlaco and Elsa, to have discussions about what's working for them and kind of see where that fits into Los Fresnos, so that I can get a good sense of other ideas that we can implement here, and also continue to network with other EDCs just to see what tools they're using. And the last one, community engagement. I work with Gara Gara Trails to deliver school supplies to Los Fresnos CISD. And that was a really good opportunity that they were kind enough to give to us, to myself, to go with them, along with them, to deliver the supplies to the Los Fresnos CISD for students that that are in need. So that was really nice of them, and that concludes the report for this month.
Any questions for Mr. Jeffrey?
Mr. Jeffrey, I noticed that you listed Donna Westlaco and Elsa as on the collaboration thing, under a collaboration.
Yes, sir.
The reason for that is what? Because have they been booming on as far as businesses are concerned, of bringing to their town, or?
So I met some people involved in economic development. They're not necessarily directors. Some of them are like marketing, small business. They have different titles. But Elsa specifically was because I reached out to them, since they're similar to Los Fresnos in size, and they had been doing a really good job recruiting businesses, and I just kind of want to see what they were doing. Donna and Westlaco, I happened to run into them at an event for RFIs from CoStep that they had in Harlingen, and I met Donna. I already knew Westlaco, and they introduced me to Donna's EDC, and so that's how that started. And I just kind of keep the relation with them to check up from time to time to see maybe something's going on over there that I hadn't noticed or that could be beneficial, to kind of implement something similar here.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions for Mr. Rosas? It's not an action item, right? No. Moving on to item F, time is 6:35, meeting adjourned.